Today we're going to carve a viral pumpkin. Hey YouTube, how you guys doing? This is Silver Husky bringing you guys a video today on how to carve a viral pumpkin. As you guys know, I am a precious metals guy, and typically I would be showing off these cool pieces. And yes, these are the Rona pieces. Really cool mask and bar and even a little copper piece. So if you have any interest in that, make sure you check out my channel, hit like, hit subscribe, and ring the notification bell. But today we're going to be talking about a pumpkin, right? And how to get this onto your pumpkin and make it look at least half decent, right? So first you want to start off with a good looking pumpkin, right? One that has a nice clean face to it. And you're looking for one with a nice long stem. And the backside doesn't really matter too much. Here you're going to see this one has a pretty rugged looking backside, but that doesn't really matter. So we want to get this little Rona molecule looking thingy onto the pumpkin itself, right? So this onto there, and you can see my drawing is not that great, but hey, you know what, pumpkins are very forgiving and you can always correct it when you start to actually carve into the piece. So let's get started. You need tools, right? You need some good tools, and pick the appropriate one. So we're going to start with this nice big saw to cut the top out. And again guys, just a little tip of advice, make sure you carve inward at an angle, right? So it'll almost make like a cone going into the pumpkin, and you'll see why here in a second. So we pop that out, and we don't need any of this junk from the top, so we're gonna just saw that off. But you can see how it's kind of like a cone shape, and that allows it to rest back on the top. So the last thing you want to do is to just carve straight up and down when you're pulling the top out, because it'll fall right in. I know this because I've made that mistake when I was a kid many times. So the next thing, get a scooper, right? And it can be a spoon, it doesn't have to be anything fancy, but you get a scooper and you start scraping the inside. Now, for two reasons. One, you don't want all that junky stuff inside. You won't be able to put a candle in there later, or a light, right? Get all that junk out. Nice pumpkin seeds, yum. But you want to leave about an inch thickness in the pumpkin, right? So that makes it thick enough to hold its structure, but thin enough to make it a little bit easier to carve. Especially with some of the tougher pumpkins, some of them that have that nice thick rind to it. You don't want too much thickness to it, because it's going to be a real pain in the butt to carve. And once you put a light in it, you'll hardly see the image, just because, especially with something like this, the Rona, and I'm using the phrase Rona because YouTube doesn't particularly like the actual name of it. They will demonetize me, so I will say Rona or beer flu. And yes, so we carve it out, we gut it out, and there you go. There's about a 1-inch thickness going all the way around. And it's nice and clean on the inside, nice and hollowed out. So you can rinse it out, wash it, and there you go. Next, you need the right piece for the actual carving. This is a much smaller knife, something that can get the detail. It's actually more of a saw, right? Kitchen knives won't really work too well on this. But yes, I'm fast forwarding it for you to spare you the detail. Just so you guys know, this took probably a good 30 to 40 minutes to actually carve. So that's not a whole lot of time. And again, this one is a very low detail. I wanted to give you guys a Rona image that is a little bit more on the simple side. This doesn't have any of the, if you've seen some pumpkin carvers, they do the scrapings, and the scrapings look really cool, and they come out with nice lighting when you put the lighting on the inside. However, this one I wanted to make it nice and simple, not just for you guys, but also for me. I definitely want to keep it a little bit on the easy side. So once you got your image carved out, you go ahead and put a light in it and see if there's any areas that you need to improve on, anything you need to widen. And as you can see, there are some parts here that could use a little bit more touching up on the carving just to make it look a little better. But give it a good once over and check it out. As you can see, again, a simple design, doesn't look too bad. But yes, I'm sure you guys will do much better than me. Then, final product, go ahead and throw a bright light inside. This one's got LEDs, and the pumpkin is practically glowing, looks radioactive. But yes, the Rona looks super cool, especially with the lights out. It's got that nice glow to it. So again, guys, pumpkins are very forgiving, but draw twice and cut once. And here you go. Don't forget to roast those seeds, because those are amazing, guys. So thank you all so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, ring that notification bell, leave some comments below. I'll see you guys real soon.